Hey guys, I was gonna do a quick video of the signs. I've got one kit left. What the kit comes with is the boat sign, the island, e-stock, and an arrow. I'm gonna send you some Phillips head screws, 1/4-inch bolt, some washers, and a T-nut. What you'll need is hammer, Phillips head screw, driver, bit, drill, obviously, 1964 inch drill bit, and then some Gorilla Glue, and then a wrench as well. You'll need to provide the 4x4. Obviously they're way too hard to ship, but you can grab them at the local hardware store. This is a 6-footer. The way that I put the sign way over top of it, unlike in the movie, but that probably puts it up there, I don't know, maybe close to 7 feet or so. But if you're gonna put this into the ground, you might want to get like an 8-foot post. This one's 6 right here. I put on these feet as well. The feet do not come with the kit. I recommend getting some primer for the wood before you put on your outdoor white paint. You can see over here, this is the first sign that I made, and I didn't put any primer underneath, so the paint doesn't really sit on top. It kind of soaked in, and so you get that yellowing effect. To assemble, you'll take your painted 4x4, and then in the island are 2 pre-drilled holes for the Phillips head screwdrivers, or screws. Same thing with the e-stock sign, they come pre-drilled, and same thing with the arrow, they come pre-drilled for your 1/4-inch bolt. You can pretty much just eyeball where you want to put it on the post, but you know, just thread your screws in, and then until they poke out, and then, you know, line it up on the board, you know, kind of further up there. That's how I did it, and then screw them the rest of the way in. At that point, take your boat sign and take the Gorilla Glue and just Gorilla Glue the 2 together, you know, and clamp them down, or put something heavy on top of them to get it to stick. But you'll see where the holes are. You can take the boat sign and just basically sit it right on top there. And again, you can eyeball it and make sure the bottom of the boat seems to be parallel to the ground, and you know, that's all you got to do. E-stock part, you know, just go some way down, whatever you think is appropriate. And again, you just eyeball it, find your center, screw it into the post, and then further down, find your center point. Take your 1964 inch drill bit and drill into the 4x4. Take your T-nut and put it inside. This one I have to fix. You can see you just drill in there, and then the T-nut goes right in there. Just hammer it in there. At that point, you can take your bolt and thread it right in. And what I did on my first sign, I didn't do it on this one, but this one's actually pretty good. I put the Gorilla Glue on the inside there to keep the bolt from spinning when you spin the arrow. That one actually, it's pretty tight in there, and I didn't put any glue in there. What I'll also send is I don't know if you're going to be able to see it, but there's a wood spacer in there that you can glue right on top. And what that does is it gives a little bit of buffer in case, there we go, in case the T-nut isn't flush with the post. If you go to spin it, it would rub. So that's what happened to my first one over here. You can see, you can hear it. So anyway, that spacer is optional, but I'll send it as well. And that's pretty much it. It's pretty straightforward. As far as the quality, everything's hand cut, hand painted. I mean, once you get up close, you can see all the, you know, I'll call them imperfections, but I like to think that the imperfections make them kind of unique. But again, everything was done by hand, so this isn't cut out of PVC or anything like that where you're going to get consistent results all the time. I mean, same thing with like the e-stock. Once you get up close to it, you'll see all like the little ridges and edges and stuff like that. Yeah, same thing with the Arrow. But again, I like to think that makes it good. You know, from 2 feet away, they look perfect. At least I think. But anyway, that's it. Oh, last thing is the paint that I used. I used outdoor paint, and I put on a thin layer of polyurethane. You know, I live in an environment where we get all the seasons all year round, but we don't get anything too crazy. This is the first sign. It's been out all summer, and you know, it's held up pretty good. Outside of the fact that I need to redo the paint on the post, but everything's held up well on it. It's been through a lot of storms and stuff like that. But if you live in an environment where you're worried about the humidity or rain or snow or anything like that, you might just want to take a layer of shellac over top of it. I did put a thin layer of polyurethane over it, but you know, that's your call. All right. And again, one last time, there's the kit. All right, thanks guys.